Hello everyone. Today is Thursday, April 28th, 2022 at 9:06 a.m. My stomach is hurting so bad. Well, y'all women get the hint of what I'm talking about. So, um between last night and this morning, I haven't checked the weather really, but I um you know, it looks like as if I'm at risk for having to be back on the streets tomorrow, and I didn't get any help this week. So I need help with $365. But it seems like as if, the narcissistic perps, sometimes they'll go out of their way to actually donate and help, and then turn around and show themselves as a perp, and then act like they want to offer me fake deals and sell out. And then when I reject the offers, the sellout offers, that's the dogs barking. When I reject the sellout offers, that's when they make the smear campaign that Candy burns her bridges towards everybody that tries to help her. And they try to say, don't help her, or don't you donate her another penny. But it's like, I'm sick and tired of those games that they play. And it's like I ended up with a lot of enemies behind, people pretending to be fake nice. But then later on, the mask comes off and they show themselves as a perp. And then they think it's funny when I get angry. And then, so it's like they had this person named Miss KC. She used to make weird comments on my channel before, and now she recently resurfaced, and I gave her another chance. And one of my videos, she commented saying, "Candy, my girl." And then, on another video of me exposing the sirens, harassment and stuff like that, she typed in all caps the word laughing. And she made a few other little slick comments too. So I had to block her again. So in another video, she said, "Girl, they're making a lot of money off of you." But yeah, I heard, people want to, and I even saw people try to say on Twitter too, well, why you speak out, why do you claim to be a targeted individual and say that you're speaking out against, the gang stalking or whatever, but then you say ignore the perps? And then I heard that they were trying to say that the perps profit off of your emotions, or whatever, and they want to talk about perception management, or they'll talk about how they basically what's the other one? There's a term for it. I can't think of it at the moment. Behavior modification, yeah. But the fake TI perps, they try to make, if you acknowledge that this program is genocide, but then you try to make it like, just don't pay them any mind, because and you should ignore them and not pay them any mind, because they say you should just ignore them and not pay them any mind, because they just, the more, every time you get mad, they get paid. But then, if you don't film anything, people gonna think, well, you're not filming any videos, so you must be fake, or you must be a perp, or you must not be targeted anymore. So, it seems like as if it's, I guess what people would say, a catch-22, or more like a damned if you do, damned if you don't. So, but targeted individuals have died behind this. And they got some people who say that they're targeted now, but then they act like fake TI perps. And they try to be like, well, I had a brother that recently died, and he was covertly murdered, and he was targeted, and I didn't know until after he died that he was targeted. But then you act like go around acting like a disrespectful, abusive, narcissistic, control freak, fake TI perp, and say you're Christian. Or some people might be like, well, oh, my mom was covertly targeted, and I didn't know until after she passed away. Or they'll say the same thing about their daughter or their son or whoever, or a friend or a church member, whoever, So they want to say, oh, ignore these perps and don't give them your energy. And if you don't take their advice, they get mad or block you or whatever. But it's like these bastards out here trying to kill you. And it's like, how am I supposed to ignore being treated worse, with less rights than everybody? I mean, if somebody gave you a bowl of grits or a half a cup of orange juice, or somebody, I mean, you're not gonna ignore that. You're gonna fight for your money's worth, or fight for your rights to get your money's worth. And you hear about targeted individuals saying that people poison their food and stuff. Well, how do you ignore that? They hit me with the directed energy weapons last night, and they vibrated me, and they made freaking, after I said they better not sleep deprive me, and sure enough, yeah, I didn't really get any sleep at all last night until after daylight, and then I finally fell asleep, and they vibrated me so bad last night, and I went to sleep in the other bed. I went to sleep in the other bed. It didn't help. They still vibrated me. But I thought I was sure, as sleep deprived and tired as I was, I thought I was sure that I was going to get to sleep good last night. So yeah, I don't remember having any sleep at all last night. And I'm pretty sure, I mean, I was twisting and turning all night, and I guess I was just laying there with my eyes closed trying to get into a deep sleep, and no sleep. And before I know it, it was daylight. And then afterwards, I finally got a little bit of sleep. And then I woke up and was laying there for a while. And I probably woke up at about 8 o'clock because I was lingering there for a while. And I was on the other side of the other bed. So then I finally got up, and my phone said it was 8:35 in the morning. So I don't know if I got like an hour or an hour and a half of sleep. I don't know how much sleep I got. But it's almost May, and it might be around that time where the fact that when it's around the month of May, it gets light outside. I remember 3 years ago when I came here. April 30th will make 3 years since I've been living here in Pensacola. So in May, I mean April 30th, yeah. So in May I went to in the month of May, I went to in the month of May, I went to, what am I trying to say? Can't even talk properly. So in the month of May, I went to, I would wake up and it would be 5:14 in the morning, and it would be about as light as you see right outside, almost that light outside. And I think I remember it being like that when I was staying by Janet in April 2020. I remember it being light outside before 5:30 in the morning. But I haven't been able to even get up around that time or wake up around that time, so I wouldn't know. So I have the last 2 eggs today. And other than that, really no breakfast food. No breakfast food. And I have the last 2 eggs, and I have no breakfast food and the last 2 eggs, and I have no meat to eat. So, and people don't care because it ain't their suffering. But religious narcs would try to tell me, be appreciative and be grateful to God that if all you got is mashed potatoes and green beans to eat. And they say, be thankful and be grateful because some people have nothing to eat at all, while your ass is driving a smack brand new Volvo. So, I mean, it's like how the rich narcs, they tell a poor homeless person to be grateful for the little bit that they have, while the rich, they'll complain about, you ever hear about first world problems? So, they'll complain about a run in their stockings or something like that. Or they'll complain about you're the one who did your own makeup, but you're complaining about, the makeup not being done right. Or your hair, one little piece of strand not done right with your hair. But, I mean, food and money-wise, this is the lowest that I've been, pretty much. Where all I got is like a few little cans of food and a box of instant mashed potatoes and hardly much of anything else. And you narcissistic ghetto perps want to call me greedy. I hope that when they come harder with the empty shelves and stuff. I hope that you bastards remember all the times you called me greedy and fat when you scrambling around and struggling to find food during hard times. And during hard times, and you've been suffering for so long, and somebody swoop in and save the day and be like, here's $25. Go treat yourself to a steak dinner, and then they freak out over that, and attack the cheesecake, and say, look at her, and make memes about me being greedy. A real targeted individual wouldn't do that. And then y'all calling me greedy and calling me schizophrenic and crazy, and yet saying y'all targeted. I'm just, and it seems like almost nobody really who's a targeted individual is really subscribed to me. Maybe a few people. But, all the popular fakes, just like on Twitter, on YouTube also, all the popular fakes huddle together and they are against me. But, it feels quite lonely and isolating, but at the same time, I'm like, great, well, less people to try to dictate and control me. Narcissistic control freak, fake TI perps who treat me like I lack common sense and be only 20 years old and address me as a little girl or a girl, and then think you can disrespect me. So, if you be like 20, 21, 22 years old, young enough to be my child, and then address me as little girl or girl, and think you can just, think you can discipline and handle me. And those are the ones who are popular fakes. But then everybody glorifies them as normal and, you know, normal and, everybody glorifies them as logical and normal, while they try to make it like as if I'm the unhinged crazy one. And they try to make it like, well, see, that's why other TIs don't fuck with you, because you make the TI community look crazy. No, because y'all sold out popular fakes who ain't getting targeted no more. That's why y'all can still, walk around, and y'all can still look nice. And if people want to narcissistically talk about people looking presentable and stuff like that, I mean, it's like, that's what I was trying to say yesterday. I think I was trying to say that's why. I mean, I only have a few little bit of targets that's subscribe to me, but I understand if they have a busy life and stuff like that. I understand. If they hardly even be on YouTube to protect their own. We have our own things to do to protect our mental health and stuff. But most professed gang stalking or targeted individual channels, I'm only subscribed to very few, almost nobody, because they either if I try to be supportive and comment on their channel, and then they get rude with me, or they block me and stuff. So I'm not subscribed to many channels, because I feel like, what's the point of me watching a 30-minute video or even longer of somebody showing footage of their targeting, or even sitting down on a sofa and talk, or sitting in their car talking about being a targeted individual and talking about gang stalking. And then, after I sat down and watched, then I go and try to I try to go and comment on their channel, and then realize that I'm blocked, or I end up getting scared that I'm blocked. And that's the same. It's like, I'm not even subscribed to that many narcissistic abuse channels either. It's like, on this channel right here, I mean, my other two channels, I check them a few times a day, but I'm not really that active much anymore on those channels. But on the main Targeted by the Psych World channel, I post in the community section over there, and occasionally, not even every day, like maybe a couple of times a week, and I might post a link to one of my blog posts, or I might talk about needing help and stuff. But there's only limited of what I can do over there. But on the other channel, it's a backup. Now it has to be a backup to this channel. If anything happens to this channel, then I have to use a Targeted by the Psych World backup channel. But then there was a point in time when this channel was a backup to my Targeted by the Psych World backup channel. So I've been and they were attacking that channel so hard that I had to come on here. And even this channel is under attack. So I mean, I hate that I have to be forced to bite my tongue on what bothers me on purpose. I mean, I'm sorry. Now, I meant to say, in order to, I mean, I didn't mean to say the phrase on purpose. I meant to say I have to be forced to bite my tongue on what bothers me in order so that, to, keep down arguments, frustration, confusion, and stuff like that. So, and I have to be reminded that I'm punished, and the world hates me, and the world is God over me. I'm tired of people trying to dictate my life and trying to control me and trying to fix, rearrange, and handle me. and trying to discipline me like a punished child when you're young enough to be my child. So, something else I was gonna say, but it slipped my mind. So, I mean, oh yeah. So on this channel, I'm mainly subscribed to. I mean, I try to not be subscribed to too many cooking channels. You know, since I'm so greedy, I just um, I because I wish I can, have my own, permanent place to live and be cooking and stuff like that. And so I'm subscribed to like a few cooking channels and a few gardening channels and a few prepper channels and a few miscellaneous channels. And I had to unsubscribe from a lot of channels. So that's about it. You know. And and so, or I mean, like a few homesteading channels or whatever, but yeah, it's like hardly anybody speaking much. It's like, well, I guess only the preppers and stuff are speaking that, like, as if they promote. I mean, no, I'm sorry, speaking against the New World Order channels and the popular fake preppers who are narcissistic. You know, they don't get strikes on their channels. So, and I'm subscribed to like a few Christian channels, but the popular fake preppers, they don't, you know, they don't get strikes on their channels. But I'm considered a little bitty nobody, and my channel has been attacked. All three of them. Well, actually four, because the first PsychWorld channel has been wiped out. So and they nearly succeeded at my main target about a PsychWorld channel. I have the main target about a PsychWorld channel is, I'm only allowed to have very limited functions on there, and that's heavily shadow banned. Like hardly anybody is on my sees my community posts. And I believe that it's like I found out that if my laptop was functional, I could show y'all. But if I Google search my blog is shadow banned, and the only person, I mean, if you Google search Gangstalk Creole author, the only posts that show up is the perps that I mean the posts that the perps want me to feel embarrassed about, or what they're trying to make me feel embarrassed about, or what makes me out to look crazy. So I took some bentonite clay this morning because I woke up to, I'm gonna tell TMI, okay? Women's menstruation, and I feel like the idea of, wow, if I have to be back on the streets tomorrow, because I didn't get any help between today and tomorrow, and then if it rains and I don't have a shelter overhead, and then I don't have much of a change of clothes while I'm on the streets because I only have to carry so little. And if I leave around a bag of clothes, they'll steal it. Or if I leave around anything, they'll steal it. So, excuse me. And so I can't carry around more than one bag, or else I get treated with obvious homeless and get banned from everywhere just because it's evident that I'm homeless. So, and then for me to get rained on because I don't have any shelter overhead, and and for me to try to protect myself out of the rain, oh, that's breaking the law because you're trespassing on private property. And they'll say, oh, there were cameras watching you, or people called and made reports about you and stuff. And then the police will try to bully, frighten, and intimidate you and stuff like that. It's like, well, I don't have anywhere else to go. I don't know where else to go. And it's like, you're basically just, how do you make yourself disappear and just not exist? So, I don't even know what we're being planned to do today, but I'm very sleep deprived at the moment and can't really go out anywhere because of the sleep deprived feeling and feeling tortured, and then my stomach cramping and hurting and stuff like that, you know. But if I mean, and I don't have that much food to eat really. So, and then I don't have any money to to travel to get my stuff and go put it back in the storage unit and then have to go live back on the streets. So, they're going to cut my video off.